When in Greece.
Oh, when in Greece, perhaps maybe get married.
Welcome to A Cup of Tea with Brie, where I get to know some of North Queensland's most amazing parents, incredible business people, and inspiring characters. Now, this week's guest is the owner and director of Superior Recruitment, which is a boutique specialist recruitment agency servicing the corporate sector and businesses in Cairns and regional Queensland. So please welcome the amazing Christine Fadoulis. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for having me, Brie.
Did I pronounce your last name correctly?
You did. You're one of the few people that have. I'm very impressed.
I should have checked before we started, but I'm glad I nailed
No,
it.
you nailed it. Perfect.
Well, great to have you here for a cup of tea today. So, Fadoulis, tell me, what's the origin of the surname?
So the origin is actually north of Greece. So we're right on the border of what used to be called Macedonia. So it's north of Greece near the Albanian border.
Wow.
Both my parents are actually from really small villages there. My dad actually went back on a holiday and met my mum and brought her back to Australia. They knew each other for a month before they were married. So a bit of a whirlwind love story.
Wow. When in Greece.
Oh, when in Greece, perhaps maybe get married.
So where were you born then? You weren't born in Greece?
No, I actually grew up in Canberra. So
Okay.
I'm a child of the 80s and the 90s. Canberra is obviously the bush capital of Australia. So I actually lived in Ainslie, near Mount Ainslie. So I remember my childhood. I've got two brothers, just being outdoors all the time. So always, getting my bike or walking and knocking on the door, getting a group of my friends together, and we just used to go up the bush. We'd pack some lunch and grab a water bottle, and you knew when it was time to go home because it was getting dark.
Yep.
And you'd get in trouble. So yeah, I had a fantastic childhood, and that's why I also love Cairns as well, because of the outdoors, but it's just a lot warmer here.
Yeah. Did you get snow on Mount Ainslie?
You don't get snow on Mount Ainslie, but when it snows at the snowfields, you get that wind chill.
Yeah.
And the winters are freezing.
Yeah, I bet you're not missing that at all.
No, I visited Canberra last year in winter, and I said to Mum, as much as I love you, I'm never coming back in winter
Yeah.
again.
Cairns is a good, it ruins us forever liking cold weather, unless it's snowing. That's my only caveat. If it's snowing, then fine, I'll deal with cold weather.
I don't think it's ever snowed here before.
No,
so
no,
I
not
think
here. I'm
we're
talking
gonna-
about if I go somewhere cold, there has to be snow. Otherwise, no, it's a waste of time visiting cold places in winter.
No, we're quite spoiled up here, to be
Oh,
honest.
we are. Winter is the best. So, where were you? So you were born in Canberra.
Mhm.
So, tell me more about your brothers and sisters and.
So
said two brothers?
I've got two brothers. I've got a younger brother and an older brother.
Mhm.
I was actually a bit of a tomboy growing up, just because my brothers would have their friends coming over all the
Yeah.
time. They were into obviously, rough and tumble type things. We had some massive trees actually in our front yard, so we used to make bets on who could climb up the highest. My brothers were also into some video games, so Super Nintendo, those Mario,
Yeah.
the Mario type games, which I'm still bad at, but I do love playing them. So like growing up with brothers, bit of a tomboy, but obviously now I have an appreciation of actually, being a bit more feminine and actually dressing up and enjoying, more of the girly side of the things, I suppose.
It's so funny, isn't it? I was a bit of a tomboy too, and my mum would she gets excited still now when I wear a dress. Yeah.
Dressing up is part of the fun of being female, I guess.
I agree. So, what did you want to be when you grew up then?
Funny enough, actually, I wanted to be a journalist or a newsreader.
Oh wow! I can see you doing that.
So I actually grew up in the era of Jessica Rowe was actually a newsreader in Canberra at the time,
Mhm.
and I remember obviously watching the news, and I thought it would be really fun and exciting to actually either be a reporter, interviewing people out on the street, or actually reporting on the news. And I thought, wow, isn't that an amazing job? You get to know exactly what's happening, and you can be on TV, and obviously they dress you in these nice clothes. And I remember actually seeing Jessica Rowe in the supermarket one day, and I was just like celebrity crush, like in awe. But obviously I didn't decide to be a journalist. I was tossing up to study journalism when I got to uni, and I actually decided to do arts law. So I majored in sociology and got a law degree, but decided towards the end that I actually didn't want to become a lawyer. That's a whole other story, but so I have a law degree that I haven't actually utilised very well, I suppose.
Well,
I mean, I've utilised it in business.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
Yeah, but I was...
Trust me, in business you do need to know some law.
So no, it's been useful in that sense, obviously in a business sense, but a bit of a shame that it took me almost 5 years to realise that I didn't actually want to practice law.
At this time in your life, maybe later, maybe.
No, I don't think so.
So what made you get into recruitment?
So after uni, I got a job in federal government because that's what you do in Canberra. There's a lot of government jobs. I did that for a year and a half, and I was dating my now husband who lived in Sydney, and I started sort of reassessing about what I actually wanted to do, and I heard that recruitment was a real people sort of focused job where you actually get to just meet a lot of people, get to talk all day, drink cups of coffee, and you get to learn about different businesses. So I applied to a few of the big firms in Sydney, got a job in recruitment in 2007, and I've never looked back. It's just been a job that I have absolutely loved, and I've obviously recruited through the GFC as well a year after I started, and that was an absolute eye-opener to business and just people, and really being empathetic towards people's sort of stories and genuinely trying to help people, I suppose. So.
That's awesome. So tell me something most people don't know about you.
I actually worked as a part-time model when I was studying.
I think most people would not be shocked by that.
So, one of the most memorable jobs that I did was actually for Vivienne Westwood.
Wow.
She had an exhibition at the National Art Gallery in Canberra, and I got to wear one of her incredible dresses. It was this green satin dress, boning. It was really big, but it was really quite tight here. And the zip actually busted just before I was supposed to go out. So we had a quick wardrobe change. And I was obviously, I felt really bad because I thought, maybe I'm a little bit too big for this. But I think that sparked my interest in high fashion and just appreciating fashion and good quality clothing.
Yeah.
So
With good zips.
With good zips. And I have had some wardrobe malfunctions since then. It's been zips, funny enough. But you just learn to just, backups are running into a store, I suppose, and just buying something, or just asking one of your colleagues, do you happen to have like a spare, skirt or item of clothing?
Yeah, gaffer tape has come in handy for me a few times.
A stapler, actually. I have used a stapler to staple a zip back up because I had meetings to go to. So.
And I think zips are really cruel. Like, you nearly need to be a contortionist sometimes to be able to get zips up on your own dress.
Well, I'm quite flexible because I do yoga, so I think that helps a bit. But no, you are right. There are some items of clothing where I can't wear them if there's no one to assist me to get dressed before I need to leave the house.
So tell me, what's one of your most proudest, either personal or professional achievements, or both?
I would say probably on a personal level, greatest achievement is obviously raising 3 beautiful boys. I suppose no one really knows what they're in for when you become a parent for the first time, but I can truly say that I'm probably a more empathetic and also resilient person, becoming a mother, and the connection that I have with my kids is just really, it's beautiful. Even though they're boys, we're really quite close and we do a lot of things together, and we're all really quite active. So, we go hiking together, and, I like to watch my boys play sport, and they do I have to bribe them to do Red Arrow now, but they're beautiful, beautiful human beings, and it's one of the best jobs that I've had, and also one of the hardest.
Yeah, I have sons too, so boys are the best.
They are. They're quite a little bit more effort in the beginning, and you definitely need to be quite active.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I've now taken up dirt bike riding and spearfishing and fishing thanks to having sons. I haven't died yet.
They're quite extreme.
Sons. So tell me, if you could have dinner with 3 people, past or present, who would they be and why?
I really struggled with this one.
It's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
And it tells me a lot about someone when they answer this one. I'm ready.
Geez, maybe I should change my answer. I thought about this, and I really appreciate a sense of humour, and I love people that have lived really interesting lives. So I think the first one would probably be Pink, the singer.
Yes.
I've followed
No one
her.
said her before, but I agree. She'd be amazing.
I haven't actually been to one of her concerts, but it's definitely on my bucket list. But I just think she's a really interesting person, and you know, you look at how she has evolved in terms of her singing career and the style of music, and she's also entrepreneurial as well. I saw her a few weeks ago. She's actually got her own vineyard and her own winery. So
Could that woman get any better?
no, I know, she's just amazing. She's smart, funny. She just
And she owns a winery.
She has a winery as well. So yeah, Pink would be the first one, and I actually really love the camaraderie between Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart.
Okay.
It's a really strange thing, but I honestly think that sitting across the dinner table with those two would just be an absolute hoot, and I think that some of the stories that would come out between those two would be great. So I think that would make for a really fun dinner party, and perhaps maybe I might even get like a live kind of performance from you know, some of the singers too. So
I want to be at your event. That sounds amazing. What an eclectic but awesome range of people.
fun. It's all about having
fun. Yeah.
Yes.
So best piece of advice.
Best piece of advice. I think I learnt this one actually later in life. I think it's really important to be the CEO of your own life, and what I take from that is that I think everyone has the power to curate a life that they love, and for me, I think that includes, you know, making sure that I have things that I personally value, and making time for people that are important to me and people that I love. So that's probably the best advice. And look, that it can apply in on a personal level and also on a business level.
I agree. It's a great piece of advice. I really love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Be the CEO of your own life. Well, thank you so much for having a cup of tea with me today. It's been really nice to hear your story and hear all the things that you've done in your life, and I'm sure there's lots more to come.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brie. I've really enjoyed this. This has been, it's good to kind of share the other side, other side of me.
No, it's beautiful. Well, make sure if you would like to see more of our episodes, then make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a new episode of A Cup of Tea with Bree. See you